Hey everybody, I'm back. Yeah, I took time off for Christmas and also I had a little weird something happen. I got some message from YouTube over the holidays, something about they were going to start restricting my channel due to something I needed, some obligation that I needed to fulfill that sounded more like they wanted me to send them a lot of my personal data, like you have to make a video showing us who you are and send what appears to be your real name and address and everything. I'm like, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. So you can go screw yourself on that one, YouTube. You don't need to know anything more than you already know about me. Why the hell do you need to know all my personal information? Has anyone else gone through this when having a YouTube channel? It's starting to get kind of creepy here. I'm starting to wonder. But I'm back for today. The only thing I could notice is that I can't pin a comment. Maybe that's it, but that's not worth me risking handing over my information to Google. Okay, it's just not worth it. So what I have here in my hot little hands is AFP has finally stepped forward. You remember I've done 2 videos about these. Americans for Prosperity. They finally stepped forward, because remember in all the previous videos I've did about this, they don't tell you who you should support. They just say, well, Trump's bad for the Republican Party because he's got all of this baggage, and surely him staying in the race will galvanize Biden supporters, and then we'll lose. But there was never anybody shown on the little flyers that I got as to who should replace Trump. Just that Trump's bad for business. So now they finally stepped forward and showed who they want to support. I got this in the mail yesterday. A positive vision for America. Rooted in South Carolina values. Nikki Haley will bring South Carolina values to Washington. Well, that's inspiring because I am from South Carolina. No. Paid for by Americans for Prosperity Action. Not authorized by any candidate or candidates committee. So they just decided they were going to support Nikki Haley out of nowhere. Now remember, AFP is supported by one of the Koch brothers. So here's the other side. Yeah. Now, I've got nothing against Nikki Haley. When she was governor here in this state, she did a pretty damn good job, in my opinion. I didn't like that she left for the Trump organization, for the Trump administration, because I'm like, we need her here. We got a new governor. Soon after she left, governor, everybody calls him McMaster, but some people have called him McDisaster. And he's been okay, but he's a good old boy. He's not really a conservative Republican, in my opinion. And now Haley has sort of shown her true colors in how she's been running against Trump. I wish she would come back to South Carolina and start running things here. That's just me. I don't think she's a bad person. I don't think she's a neo-lib. She just doesn't seem like the Nikki Haley that I remember before the Trump administration. And I really don't like her running against Trump. She needs to come back to South Carolina and finish that up. That's how I feel on it. But once again, not much I can do about it now. I guess I just look at this and I keep going, man, so much just seems to be happening. And I'm sure some of you have seen some of the ads on YouTube for Nikki Haley now through AFP. And they're all saying, oh, Nikki Haley's the one we need. She beats Biden in every poll and metric that's important. Yeah, if you don't have Trump on the ballot, if you call up somebody and do a poll and say, if Nikki Haley were to run against run against Joe Biden tomorrow, who would you pick? If everybody says Nikki Haley 90% of the time or 50% of the time, then that makes it look like, oh yeah, Nikki Haley would beat Joe Biden. Nobody likes Joe Biden, so he's going to be easy to beat if it's only Nikki Haley and Joe Biden on the ballot. Yeah, I'd vote for Nikki Haley over Joe Biden. I really, truly would. I actually had a poll worker call me, well, not a poll worker, but somebody doing a poll called me up a few days back asking similar questions. Oh, would you vote for this person? How would you vote for that person? And most of the time I answered, yeah, I would vote for Trump. Excuse me. So the fix was in, but the polls that I've heard over the last few days show that Nikki ain't beating Trump. She might beat Biden if there's no other alternative, but she's not beating Trump anytime soon. So Trump has already said that no, she's not going to be she's not going to be his VP pick. So then there's Ramaswamy and maybe Tim Scott and some of the also other Rands. But something tells me Trump is going to try to choose, or at least he's going to be advised to choose, somebody that's not sitting up there right now. Because these people have already been taken apart. Trump needs to keep whoever he's going to choose a secret until the last second to force the media to scramble and try to find some way to disrespect the guy, the VP candidate. That's the only way this is going to work. Now, I don't think Biden's going to do any debates. I don't think he's going to do anything. He's been saying, well, I'm busy. I don't have time to run a campaign. Okay, fine. Well, he already knows. I think he quietly in his heart knows he shouldn't win and that he isn't going to. The only problem Biden has is he going to live long enough to get there? That's really the only problem. Trump's biggest problem, as you know, is that he has a lot of support from the public, but it's already pretty much a given that the Uniparty doesn't support him in any form or fashion, and they're going to try their best to make the man miserable if he gets in. So there's a lot going on here that we can win, but we could win and have Trump get into office, and then there's nothing. Because unless the whole of Congress, or at least one party, is willing to work with Trump, he's going to have an imperial presidency where he does everything by presidential edict, executive order, and everything else. And that's not going to look good, and it's going to set a precedent that every president afterwards, the only way he's going to get anything done is that he comes in and he just throws out executive orders left and right. Now, historically, that's been done before. That was done with Obama. That was done with Bush on a few occasions. Now, Obama was the biggest offender back in the day. But I really would rather have a presidency that's solid, that I like, and a Congress that, agrees with the president on, let's say, 50 to 75% of the things, but doesn't try to slow him down or stifle him at every point. But then again, it's the Uniparty and the deep state that we're dealing with. Guess I need to say one more thing. Apparently there's some new censorship coming around. Certain people cannot be mentioned. Certain islands with men who may or may not have ended their own existence. Have to be careful what you say, or else you might get your video pulled, or you might have it yellow flagged or something. So I know some of you may want to hear about that. I may take the risk. If nothing else, I'll put it on BitChute, okay? As far as links to my other social media, I'll start putting it in the description. All right, folks. I'm going to try to put out 2 or 3 videos tonight, really, because it's like 7:29 right now. Been busy today. A lot of things going on. Well, y'all have a blessed night. Take care.